This says an hour 42, but there's like a big bit when no one's talking, so it's actually not that long.
Community. And those that are new to Monster Hunter, well, you're in for a treat because we have some very experienced hunters that will be joining us.
Awesome. So what are you, can you tell us a little bit what we're about to see now?
Yeah, no, so here at Gamescom, we have 2 different quests from Monster Hunter Wilds. We have a single player
I might skip ahead to where it's actually talking about, when the game's actually happening.
This
is their first time playing multiplayer live on stage for the game, so they're excited and nervous.
What a cool experience. I think we're in very safe hands. Little animation you get now, so that'll be a nice thing for people to see.
I think it does.
Where is the actual
that nobody's perfect.
Exactly, nobody's game. So yeah, and also rewarded if you want to mix things up on the fly.
Yeah, and they mentioned previously, but it's not like you have to stay on the sacred and keep attacking from it. You can jump right off.
Wait, here we go. Here's the actual. Okay, here we go. We should be basically there. There we go. Okay. They do have a translator there.
For anyone who sees this screen is concerned that there's simplified character creation, don't worry, this is just for the show floor demo version to make things go quickly. We've made some preset characters for you to choose, but the full game has...
Oh, some of them are really cute, actually. Wait, you can actually be really cute. Hold up. Not this guy. Not this guy.
Concerned that there's simplified...
Okay, yeah, she's cute.
Character creation, don't worry, this is just for the show floor demo version to make things go quickly. We've made some...
Okay, yeah. I think they've made the characters a lot cuter this time.
Preset characters for you to choose, but the full game has the detailed character creator that you've come to
Absolutely.
know
Which makes me happy, because this means I can be very cute.
We've included voices by default on each character today, but in the full game you will be able to choose the voice you want to have on your hunter.
That's fantastic. I know our community love to express themselves.
Can I be super cute and sound like an angry man? I wonder.
Not just their hunters, but their palicos.
Exactly, and similarly, you know, we want to keep things simple for the show floor demo. People who are coming to queue to play the game don't have to waste too much time on that part of it. We've had some characters created here.
So I assume that she's...
But you'll be able to do some detailed settings in the full game.
Yeah, I'm loving the different hair color options as well. I spotted that in there.
So the other girl, I'm pretty sure the other girl's our engineer.
So we've got 2 different quests that you can
I'm back. What the fuck is this? This is the Monster Hunter Wilds live stream.
Here at Gamescom, one of them is for perhaps the more beginner hunters who want to have a bit of an introduction to the story and the setting. And we have another one for those more veteran hunters who are able to jump right into the action.
Yeah, everyone cares about the story.
That's the one I'll be doing today.
And here we are in the camp as well.
Okay, so the UI looks pretty similar. Luring pod. Why is Dan TDM here? Who's Dan TDM? I don't know. Is that like a YouTuber? I don't know who Dan TDM is.
And here we are in the camp as well, obviously.
Tent, mount the Sekret.
We see the hunter here with the great sword on her back, but we know that Takuda-san will be rocking the hunting horn. So we're going to take a look at the...
oh, okay. We have a hunting horn player here. Wow. How do I not know who Dan TDM is? There's a lot of people I don't know who they are. You can equip a primary and secondary weapon. Go to change equipment to select the weapons that fit your need. Press right to switch to the secondary weapon. Oh, okay, so you have to be on your Sekret to switch. Robertson is referring to the Capcom employee with the blue hair. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, so you just change in here. Right, that makes sense.
So as you can see, you can choose from any of the 14 weapon types here in the camp. Although we were discussing our weapon choices as a multiplayer party earlier, now that I'm going solo, I'm going to keep it simple and go with my usual choice of great swords.
A fine choice, a classic.
今回は
I like the music. I really do like the music already.
装備のデザインっていうのがあったと思うんですけども、今回はそれこの区切りをなくしてどちらのタイプの装備も選べるようになってます。
You can see I'm choosing my armor here. In previous Monster Hunter games, you had male and female armor was separate. I'm happy to confirm that in Monster Hunter Wilds, there's no more male and female armor. All characters can wear any gear.
That's awesome. Fashion game is officially the end game.
Absolutely, as it should be.
コントローラーがご機嫌が非常に悪いです。
俺のとこは一番マシかもね。
There is a couple of armor piece or like armor styles I liked on the male characters that honestly I kind of wish I could wear on the female characters in Worlds. That is nice to hear.
こっちでやった方がいいかもね。
Unfortunately, Tokuda-san's controller is on the Blinker games.
Well, enjoy the view of
I hope they make everything in layered armor. I hope they don't have layered armor in the fucking end game. That's the problem with World. Like, you can layer armor, like in World, you can layer armor a lot of stuff, but you have to be fucking, like, towards the end of the game to do it. I hope that, like, they do something where early game you can do it, and early game you can actually look cool. Rather than early game being, like, mixing, like 7 different armor types together to get certain abilities from them.
In the meantime, and obviously that exciting news that now in Monster Hunter Wilds, no matter how you choose to build your hunter, what they look like, any of the armor sets in the game, they can use as long as you have the monster parts. So that's incredible. We know the community have been wondering if this would be the case, so I cannot wait to see what the community cook up when they get their hands on it in 2025. But yeah, oh, so excited to hear about that.
Yeah, the developers.
Yo, Phoenix, how's it going?
Everyone posting their characters.
Yes.
And especially their palicos, of course.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I actually have a cat in real life, and I always base my palico off of her. She's a tortoise shell, so actually one of the presets is a tortoise shell as well here. So yeah, you love to see it.
I'm sure we have a lot of cat lovers in the community who love recreating their little models.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Okay.
Okay, so jumped in the game now.
I think
別のに変えました。
the controllers should be working now, so let's see if we can get back into the action.
Okay, sweet. So it seems like a lot of the UI is basically the same. I think this is pretty much the same UI that World has. It's just slightly different colored, slightly different font. I don't see anything different here.
じゃあ選んだので。
Okay, I've chosen my gear.
5:34 a.m. here. Jesus Christ.
まあここが今回の
They've got a lot more going on with like physics and like hair physics, cloth physics. A lot of clipping because just be lazy with it.
For the hunters.
でセクレトに乗るとオートで
Okay, so okay, we did see that in one of the earlier trailers where you can like use the secret to like jump between certain points. So I guess there's going to be a way to like get around the map in certain places. It looks like there's set points where that can be done.
You can see that I'm here on my sacred mount. It's actually automatically leading me towards my target. I'm not steering it at the moment.
Oh, okay, so that's back as well. Right, so in World there were mounts, but you couldn't, like, they were like kind of half mounts. So here you have a mix of both, but it will take you to the monsters, but you can like auto control it, or you can control it yourself as well.
人のいる拠点とフィールドに今までロードが挟まってましたけども、今回はシームレスに行き来できるようになってます。
Of course, you might have noticed zero loading screens, zero buffer, just ride straight out from camp into the field.
Absolutely. So when we say seamless, this is it in the flesh.
非常にシームレスな体験ですね。
Wait, I'm assuming this is set up like a build that's giving you a lot of stuff like from later in the game, because it seems weird that you would have the ghillie suit right from the start of the game.
今ね、隠れ身のそういうを来ましたね。
So we can see that the monsters are forming.
Wait, sneak attack?
I think Takuda stands a bit outnumbered at the minute. I wonder how he'll do.
Yeah, how are you gonna?
Oh,
They're fucking running.
Where could they be leading him?
They just want nothing to do with you.
And what we saw there is how quickly you can mount Sacred as well. So using a button prompt, you can get straight back onto your mount and into the action.
Oh, you can attack from your mount. Wait, so this is gonna remove the entire problem of the monster like running away from you, and you just have to like run for like 3 minutes to fucking catch up to it because you just didn't get like the direction right off the start. It's gonna make it way easier to stay in the combat. But I guess you don't have the grab from the clutch claw now, so you can't like grab its butt and then just start smacking it as you go.
Robertson is sometimes surprised by the monster behavior because it's so realistic and unpredictable. He's never seen them run away this quickly, so he's having to change.
Yeah, that is kind of wild. Because usually they would like fight you for a bit.
And we've got mounted combat there as well.
The world's so much bigger here. Like, so much more elevation than you had. Like, there was a desert area in World, sure, but, like, you didn't have dunes like this.
Advantage of the light bowgun's range there. So, yeah, as we
Slopes!
mentioned earlier,
We love
combat
slopes.
is an option when you're re-engaging a monster, just to keep them on their toes.
Okay, so you can do jump attacks off the mount as well. Yeah, fighting... Okay, how is this gonna work with 3 of them?
Obviously, like, having a pack of monsters like this is a first for the Monster Hunter series.
Yeah! Yeah!
Oh, wow.
What?
Oh.
You might really want to... You might really want to, like, use some of the items you have to, like, get some of the monsters away.
I won't translate everything. So you may have seen that the carnivores actually grabbed and threw one of the herbivores at them.
That's cool. That's so cool.
Those small monsters can be dangerous in many ways.
I think you can split packs. Yeah, obviously there would be a way to do it. Because this is ridiculous otherwise.
Yeah, so you can see that there's a recommendation here for me to use a dung pod. That'll help me get rid of the other guys in the pack.
Okay, right.
アイテムセレクト普通にできるんですけど、こういう拡張版
So we actually have
the
an
UI
extended
still
version
messy.
of the classic item selection bar. You might have seen come up on the screen here.
So I guess if you hit them one with dung pod, they might run.
More flexibility, allowing you to access the item you want even quicker. And then we see the large dung pod being deployed, which hopefully should split the pack up because...
Oh! Okay, so yeah, items are like way more useful now. Because I never used items in... Like, I never used like the utility items in World. I just didn't see a use for them.
あえて一網打尽にするようなやり方もあるんですけど、一番簡単なのは新しいアイテムである大小ヤシ玉というのを使って、群れを散らすのが、簡単なやり方になりますね。
You can of course throw the dung pod at each individual member of the herd who you want to get rid of.
Okay, so wedge beetles are still okay, but I guess it looks like wedge beetles can be used for even like bigger movement now.
And it'll get rid of all of those pesky monsters we don't want to hunt.
And also, so we're seeing obviously mountain in Monster Hunter Wilds, and the new way it has been added to the game. Oh, that
Okay, that was cool.
And then we see the small monsters getting involved as well. So
Oh yeah, we saw those in one of the earlier trailers, didn't we?
And we see this pack of small monsters taking advantage of Doshiguma being in a bit of a tough spot.
そうですね、こういう小さいモンスターが
So it seems like, yeah, there's going to be a lot more interaction with the monsters. Like with the like, little guys as well.
Feature where we have this kind of interaction.
Wait, you see the little guy there?
This is a brand new feature where we have this kind of interaction.
That run there is a little bit scuffed. Watch him.
We have this kind of interaction.
He was...
Yeah, this is a brand new feature where we have this kind of
Okay, that's not working properly. This is what happens when you have live demos.
Different levels of the ego.
Brodie, have you seen the potential Half-Life 3 leaks? I have not, no.
It brings an extra level of realism.
And talking of, oh, there's a certain monster in the background there as well. Hopefully they don't come and visit, because that would be scary. But we are.
No, you wanted to visit, then you can just do half the damage.
A storm has rolled in mid-hunt, dramatically changing the whole locale.
Yeah, the weather changes are cool. Wait, you can reach that far away?
Right now, a storm has rolled in.
Wait, so one of the things they added with the so you still have like clutch claw in a sense, but it's just for grabbing items.
Mid-hunt, dramatically.
Here's this bit right here is an item.
Changing the whole locale.
Look how far away. Look how fucking far away he is. Grabs it. What the
It's a bit
fuck?
of a shocking experience.
Okay, that's gonna make getting items so much
And
easier.
Here we have another of our monsters that we've revealed here, Balahara. And Balahara and Doshiguma, they don't seem to be getting on too well.
It seems like the world is so much more active. Like, world's already insanely active, but to see it like this, where like multiple times in the demo, we've seen like monster interactions.
We're seeing, oh my goodness.
Like the monsters really just.
Tokudu-san, what are we seeing here exactly?
It feels like you're in a world where monsters that don't like each other exist.
Yeah. It seems that he's engaged the Balahara, hoping it would start a turf war and
looks like
damage
that's
the main
successful.
monster, which worked.
Oh! Oh!
Now we have a certain monster here that was officially revealed.
Oh, he's gonna bring this one into the fray as well?
Behold, the apex monster of the Windward Plains, Ray Dao. And we have seen the community calling it Thor Magala when it was first teased.
No way we're bringing a third one into this.
The name of this powerful monster. So if you do come across this, if you're at Gamescom and you meet this in your quest,
I would, like, in World, I would not be crazy enough to do this, but now that you have the mount, you have so much more maneuverability.
good luck.
Like, it's not a bad idea, really. Like, using the monsters to, like, go at each other is actually a good idea.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of people coming to the booth actually intentionally seeking out Ray Dog for a challenge, but as you said, it's a really fearsome monster to take on, so you need to be pretty confident.
That's why I love the Monster Hunter community. They're like, this is the scariest monster, I'm going straight for that one. And look at the power on that. You know, I don't think Doshiguma's going to win this one against Ray Dao.
You know, not with a setup like this. I think I think we know how it's gonna go. Okay, yeah, you heard it enough.
Yeah, this is our first opportunity, Rozo-san says, to have a chance to really show a big meaty chunk of gameplay rather than showing trailers. So it's a great chance for everyone.
It's not limping away by the looks of it.
Absolutely, and I say we're in expert.
Let's from what I saw.
Well, which is fantastic.
Maybe it is. Wait, just trying to like get away from this thing. Oh, there's just hunters running around the world as well. That's cool. Okay, no, it's not limping yet. Okay, so it's still got a bit to go. Ah, what a stupid monster. Bonk. Yep. Oh, is there another one there?
Yeah, so...
okay, here we go. We're
Rozo-san
focus
was
striking
asking
here.
What was the design intention behind Ray Dao? And Fujioka-san explained that, you know, the first monster you meet is...
Oh, and using the focus attacks also can get you items off of them.
Like
oh, that's cool. So that's giving me another way to like farm out items.
So we want to have something that stood apart from those.
So it gives you another reason to use it anyway.
Of the kind of,
besides the extra damage.
Conditions that can change at any time. So having this kind of lightning creature really represents the elemental nature of the new Monster Hunter Wilds environmental design.
Yeah, it's encapsulated wonderfully. Like the community reaction when we just teased the monster was fantastic. Theory crafting, making fan art, trying to make out what the monster looks like. Yeah, I can definitely see that coming through.
異常気象、砂嵐の異常気象の特徴の一つとして、先ほどのようなレダウのようなモンスターが出るというのが一つあるんですけど、この大来光虫という環境生物 がいろんなところに現れます。それをこうアクティブにすることで今のようなしびれ罠のような効果を得ることができたりします。
Yeah, you just saw me using the great thunderbug here. It's one of the environmental creatures, the endemic life that's on the windward plains. So I was able to activate them. And
I definitely interacted with a lot of the endemic life before, but that's...
So resourceful hunters that keep a lookout for these little things in the environment can really capitalize on them during a hunt.
I assume those tutorial prompts are just for the demo they have, rather than just always being there. Hey! There's a lot more world interaction as well, because like usually areas would have them, but certainly not this many pieces.
巨大な落石、より効果の高い巨大な落石だったり、さまざまな環境を利用するものがパワーアップして入ってます。
Yeah, that was just one example of the many different environmental traps that you can use to cause damage. There's even bigger rock falls than that and other things to discover.
Absolutely, I remember actually
Brodie, any tips for learning programming / self-development? Like learning it as in not having any experience whatsoever, and then going from there. Honestly, like go to YouTube. Like that's my suggestion is don't just watch videos, right? Don't just watch videos. Do what's being said in the video and do things that's not being said. Try to break things. Do things in ways that are not expected, that are not intended. If you see like, hey, use this function in this way and it does this thing, use it in another way. And like, it's all about like breaking things down, testing things out, just seeing how it's gonna go, and just, I guess, yeah, just like break things. That's my best suggestion. Break things, and you'll learn a lot more doing that than just, like, don't just one-to-one copy it. Yeah. Break things, don't just one-to-one copy.
Rock falls in Monster Hunter World, and I'd miss most of the time, so it's good that there's lots of opportunities to use more traps, so, you know, if you miss the first time, you might get them the second time. And what we've just seen here as well is the support hunter feature, which we actually revealed in yesterday's trailer.
They're just saying that Chatacabra has turned up on the scene, so we've got quite a
support hunter feature.
We do, so we've seen 4 different monsters already in the space of this one hunt. And they've all come up and tried to take on...
Wait, so there's going to be a lot more monsters per hunt now, like available in the zones? Because in World, like there would only be like a couple of monsters.
Kuda-san as well.
タタカブラは初期のモンスターなので遊びやすくなってます。
Chatacabra is one of the first monsters you'll face in Wild, so it's one of the ones that's, if you're used to the series, it'll be a little easier to take on.
Absolutely, and what a character he is with that tongue.
Yeah, it's definitely a better starter monster than what we had in World. Okay, it's still got a lot of the same features though. The like run at you, try to eat you sort of deal.
So a few moments ago, you'll have seen that Tokuro-san put up an SOS flare. Even though he's playing offline in single player, 3 support AI hunters have now joined in.
Oh! Wait, so it's basically summons it... Wait, so you can go like full on single player but still get support? Okay. I wonder if they cart, if you're gonna lose your carts as well then.
You can see on the party list on the left, these are really intelligent new AI companions that will help out single players.
ちなみに今ちょっと見えづらかったかもしれませんけど、スタの罠を僕が落としたら AI の NPC は攻撃をやめて僕の方まで近寄ってきてくれてます。
They're really intelligent, so just now whenever I took a vine trap and set it up by attacking the vines, the AI hunters knew to stop attacking the monster and come to me and the trap so that we can lure the monster towards us. So they're really smart.
Oh, that's fantastic. And that's great. So
they're probably going to be smarter than most players then. They're probably going to be smarter than most players, if that's the case.
A lot of gamers, they don't play online or they prefer a solo experience. And for that, you can still kind of have that multiplayer or companionship feel with the support hunters. And it's your choice whether you use them or not as well.
Because FF14 has a similar system as well, where you have your trusts, where you can do raids, like you can do like dungeons, but never have to play with other people. There's a lot more vine traps. Again, like most things in World, like there's like a couple of things, like per area.
So we've changed the mechanics here a little bit when it comes to the bow guns. You'll notice when I was choosing the ammo that you can choose between having smaller bullets that you can shoot off infinitely, or more powerful bullets that are more limited in ammo.
So you have to make a conscious decision when to bring out the big guns and really kind of lay into the monster. And also looking at Doshiguma as well, you can kind of see the damage and wear and tear it's been receiving over the duration of the hunt. Obviously in traditional Monster Hunter titles before Wilds, you'd break monster parts and you'd visibly see that, but it looks like the team have really added on to that and added even more detail.
What's our move?
I guess that makes it more clear as well with, well, obviously it was already limping there. I hope they make it clear with monster limping as well, because there are some monsters in World where they limp, but you don't really notice they're limping. Now he's gone to sleep. Yep. No, sleep time.
I think Tokuda-san was probably going to bust out a barrel bomb, but we need to save some good stuff for the following streams. So we're going to keep the barrel bomb for tomorrow.
There you go. Another good reason to tune in tomorrow as well.
What are we doing here?
I don't think Doshiguma appreciated that alarm clock. And mentioning what you said about the support hunters kind of observing what you're doing and playing around that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
They let Takuda-san do that as the player.
Yeah, the AI is really smart, and it knows what strategy you're going to be going for based on your actions.
Yeah, it definitely feels a lot smarter than regular players. That's for goddamn sure.
And look at the mobility on the light bowgun and the rapid shots as well, including with elemental ammo. Hey!
I probably won't end up playing with AI hunters, but it is really cool to have that as an option.
So Ryozo-san is just pointing out that you can actually get on top of the monster now in order to carve.
Oh my god, wait, you can actually... They're not... You just walk right through them.
New feature from this game.
Actually, and we can see Olivia getting stuck in as well. Yeah. She's not hanging about. She's like, I'm getting my monster parts right now. So yeah, when you do take down a monster, you can get a lovely, you know, nice pan, a nice screenshot of you stood up.
She's clipping it through it.
But no, that was a great hunt. Takuda-san, what was your highlight from that Doshiguma hunt?
Ima no kari no highlight wa nan deshita ka?
そうですね、レダウだったり、バーラハーラだったり、今回のワイルズの隔ての砂原にいろんな環境を使いながら狩りをできたことは
This dude back here. No, look at the tech back here.
ワイルズの隔ての砂原にいろんな環境を使いながら
Oh, it's like, wait, fucking... They won't notice me if I crawl away.
I was really happy I was able to show you a huge variety of monsters within one quest and also show off the Windward Plains and the ecology that you're able to use at the same time. So that was a great hunt for me.
That was awesome. And say, with that, we will have to wrap up a little bit earlier due to the delay at the start. So don't worry, we will be doing community Q&A in tomorrow's stream. So do tune in at the same time tomorrow. And if you liked what you saw today, you can...
Okay, there's a second segment as well.
...on PSN and Steam right now. So it really does support the game ahead of launch. So if you do like what you're seeing, do drop a wish list. And for everyone in the queue and in the audience as well, we hope you have a wonderful time playing today. But do stick around, because in about 15-ish minutes, I'll be back with Takuda-san, and we'll be doing a live stream with some more Monster Hunter Wilds gameplay. But in the meantime, I'd like to say thank you so much for Takuda-san, Ryozo-san, and Fujioka-san for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow with hopefully some multiplayer gameplay. And in the meantime, happy hunting.
Where is it? Here? Okay, mics are still off there. Here?
Director, you...
Okay, here we go. super curious about with the AI hunters is whether or not they're going to behave correctly if you're doing some like big monster like a Fatala style fight, or whether on something like that they would just completely like freak out and like do nothing or just constantly cart. Because if they just constantly cart, it would not be very useful in a big fight. Obviously, we're only testing like the fairly like early game stuff here, but I'm kind of curious to see what would happen later on and whether they would scale up properly.
Who'll be translating for us? Welcome, welcome. We are going to be diving straight back into Monster Hunter Wilds for some hunting goodness. Isn't that right, Takuda-san?
よろしくお願いします。
Nice to join you.
Thank you, thank you. Now, obviously, on stage just now, we saw you rocking the greatsword. What weapon are you feeling for today? Because with these streams, this is your opportunity to show off whatever weapons you want.
先ほど体験だったんですけど、ステージで今回はどの武器種になるのでしょうか。
どれにしましょうかね。何か見たいのあるのかな。
Is there anything that anyone wants us to use today?
You know, I've seen a lot of charge blade, please, in chat.
チャージブレード、ランス。
Hunting horn,
チャットの方では
oh my
すごいすごい。
goodness. Whoa!
早すぎて。
The chat is overwhelmed and he can't read
す
it.
ごいハンマー。
チャックもありますし、ランスもあります。
ハンマーが。
Oh my greatsword, lance bow,
Lance
charge blade, lance, gun lance. Oh my goodness!
オッケ
The choice is yours,
ー。
Takuda-san.
はい、オッケー。じゃあ始めますか。
Okay, let's get started.
Yeah, let's dive into the hunt.
これ画面出てんのかな。
Oh, okay, it swapped over. Sweet.
There we are. We're now in the corner. But the good thing is as well, obviously, you know, we're asking which weapon, but in Monster Hunter Wilds, as they've seen, you can actually carry 2 weapons at once into it.
まあどの武器にしますかっていう質問ですけど、2種持てるんですね今回。
そうですね。なんか、環境もいろいろ変わりますし、マップもすごく広くなってますので。
What's my favorite anime? I don't know what it says on my Kitsu right now, but probably Hunter x Hunter's definitely up there. Monogatari series is definitely up there. Oshinoko is definitely up there now as well. Steins Gate's up there. The original version of Higurashi is up there. Gurren Lagann. I don't know what my favorite is, right? Like, there are so many series that I think are absolutely incredible. One of those I would be happy to say is my favorite, without a doubt.
種類の武器を持つことで、いろんな環境の変化に柔軟に適応していただくように今回デザインしています。
That's right. As you'll have seen, the environment is so changeable and it has these 2 sides to it where it could be very peaceful and then very wild and stormy. So we've added the ability to jump on your sacred and quickly change to a second weapon at any time so you can have strategy.
You should watch the Elusive Samurai. Oh, I'm absolutely watching it. Oh, Code Geass. Forgot about that one. Yeah, that's definitely on the list as well. Yeah, I'm watching Elusive Samurai. Yeah.
Ready for any situation.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Look at the fucking moustache in the Palico.
パリコの声、今回は、1種類しか当て込まれてないんですけど、実際のキャラメイクは2種類から選ぶことができます。
Oh, by the way, I have seen the new episode of Oshinoko. Oh my fucking god. Man, that Kana scene and that Aqua scene. Whoo! Also, JoJo's definitely up there as well. Yeah, absolutely.
So the character creator is a little bit restricted for this demo version. So, for example, the Palico voices, you'll have 2 different ones to choose from. But for the purposes of this build, we've just got a default 1 set. So don't be concerned you see the limited options here. This is just for the demo version.
オプションでアイル語、猫の言葉に変えることもできます。
You can, of course, also change your Palico to speak in Meowie Palico language if that's what you prefer. So if you don't want to hear them speaking in human words, then...
Yeah, I do not want to hear my Palico speaking English. I want my Palico to sound like a cat.
Switch it to the meows.
Yeah, it's great to have the choice. But say there's some great benefits as well of having your Palico talk human language, right?
まあ人間の言葉だといろいろサポートしてくれたりするんですね。
そうですね。テキスト自体はボイスにしてもアイル語にしても出るんですけれども、ボイスの方が字を読まなくてもサポートしてくれるんで、すごくわかりやすいと思います。
Yeah, it's going to be giving you helpful hints and support, but even if you choose the meowing noises, the subtitles will still give you the correct information. You won't lose out on that support, regardless of your audio choice.
Palicos must speak like cats, and humans must speak Japanese. Exactly.
Win, no matter which you pick. It's down to your personal preference.
I wonder if they even... Wait. I wonder if the Palico cat voice noise is different if you play the English or the Japanese version. I wonder if they redubbed the Palico cat noises. Favorite JoJo part? Favorite JoJo part? Part 5 or part 2? I can't decide. I really like part 5. Part 5 is awesome. But I really, really, really like part 2 as well. And it's like, part 2 is peak Hamon. So like, I don't know, man. One of those two without a doubt. I've not finished reading Steelball Run, so I can't comment on that. I know a lot of people like that though.
Going to go for?
Oh, he's giving me Lance play this time.
I get the feeling that Lance was the most requested in the chat, so I'm going with Lance.
Diamond Unbreakable is really good as well.
Some people asking for the bow too, so that's going to be my second weapon choice.
There we go. Everyone's a winner. Good to get the armor out here. Are we going for fashion or function here, Takuda-san?
機能重視ですか、ファッション重視ですか、僕は。
まあ両方ですね。今回ね、スキルのシステムがちょっと変わってて、この体験版でも本編とはちょっと違いますけど、スキルシステム自体は実装されています。まあこのセットボーナススキルっていうの、今までのシリーズスキルに加えて、グループ、特定のグループによってもスキルがつくようになってたりします。例えば
Takuda's really making the fucking translator work.
重竜の、モンスターで装備を合わせると特定のグループスキルがついたりみたいなのも、実装されていってます。
A little bit of both in this case. I think it's a great looking armor, but I also want to have my skills ready to go out in the hunt. And you may have noticed some changes there on the screen that was on just now to the skill system. It's broadly based on what we had before in Monster Hunter World, but you saw new set bonus skills, for example. So in addition to this, wearing the same armor series, getting you bonuses, there'll be certain set bonuses. It might be, for example, 2 different monsters parts, but they're from the same type, same sort of category of monster. For example, the same type of wyvern. You might be able to get some set bonus skills from combining those armor together, so you have more chances to mix and match.
Oh wow! So
okay, so it's not just set bonuses on you're wearing like one monster; it's set bonuses on monster classes.
Craft and then you're in for a treat.
Exactly.
そうですね。あとね、重要なところとしては武器に特定の攻撃スキルが、攻撃的なスキルは武器の方についている形になってます。
And there's also going to be specific attack skills attached to weapons as well.
Oh wow! So even more reason to use or craft and use a wide variety of weapons.
いろいろな武器を作成することが重要になるゲームなんですね。
そうですね。防具の方のスキル選んでいただいてスキルビルド考えていただくというのは変わらないんですけども、この2つの武器に、を持っていても、そこまでこう、スキルビルドに苦労しないような形に、スキル、デザイン自体を、変更を加えてますね。
Stab booty.
Yeah, that's right. You'll be able to choose the 2 weapons, of course. So I think you'll be able to create a build that gives you a bit of flexibility, so that changing weapon changes one of the skills out, and then lets you have 2 different strategies at the same time, rather than being locked to just what you put on your armor, which you can't change in the field.
Which is another lesson, as we mentioned on stage. Obviously, having 2 weapons, you can either.
How's he going to deal with the group this time?
Type, but then having different versions of that type will yield benefits. And Takuda-san, it's a 3v1 or 3v2 because you've got your Palico at the moment. How do you think you'll fare with a Lance in this situation?
今回はランスですが、まあ3匹でかかってきてましたので。
What's his strat this time? Just fucking wing it?
そうですね。やっぱり群れはすごく、特にランスみたいなちょっと機動力が低めの武器っていうのは苦手だったりするんですけれども、ちょっとするんですけれども、
The answer is going to fall over. That's his plan.
ような形になっていたりだとか。
Yeah, we've adjusted the lance in Monster Hunter Wilds so that it's still the sort of the powerful wall that it needs to be a lance. But you might notice as I'm playing that I've got a little bit more movability and a little bit more flexibility in my options.
That's cool.
Oh, that looked good.
で、ツバゼリアイは今みたいにガードを特性
He is getting fucking stomped right now.
モンスターのその特定の攻撃にうまく当てていくと、ツバゼリアが発生するような仕様になってます。
What you just saw was a power clash. So whenever you've got a weapon that can guard, such as the lance, and a certain condition is met whenever you're attacking the monster and you guard it just the right time, you'll get this power clash happen on screen.
Oh, so it's like a perfect guard system.
かな。ジャスト判定していくと、まあ、割と今回いろんな武器にジャスト判定ついてるんですけど、その後、
You didn't choose weapons as a welcome change. It definitely does add like a new vibe to it.
追撃に移ることが
And like it lets you deal with problems you wouldn't be able to deal with before. Like you can let's say for example, your main weapon is a greatsword, but then you get on your secret, and then as the monster is running away, you could swap to like a light bowgun, for example, and shoot it as you're actually riding. So it lets you do things that just could not be done before.
できるようになってます。
All the weapons pretty much now have some kind of perfect timing sort of effect on them for depending on how you're using it.
Okay.
But you'll be able to see how it works on the lance in this case. And it lets you follow up with attacks once you've done the perfect timing block.
ね、セクレットに乗ると、セクレットは一定の回数、回避をしてくれるので、まあ、危険になったらとりあえずセクレットを上のボタンで押すっていうのが、まあ、今回の割とプレイしやすい、ポイントになりますね。
The sacred is sort of hanging around to support you while you're hunting, and you'll be able to quickly press the button on the D-pad to call the sacred and get away from danger if you're kind of getting into trouble. So you might have noticed there it was ready to go for me right there as I started getting hit and taking damage.
It's always good to have an escape plan, especially when there's a pack of Doshiguma on you.
He really needs to split these guys up.
連れていくことができるのは
It's going very badly for him.
ですが、この誘導弾、ルアーなんとかで、を使う、ルアーポットを使うと、このように敵視みたいな線がついてると思うんですけど、モンスターを連れていくことができます。
You've always been able to anger a monster if you want to get it to follow you because you're planning to lure it somewhere on the map, and that's what we're doing right now. But I've used the new luring pod. You can see here on my slinger ammo display on the bottom right.
Oh, is that what that was?
This little red beam that shows you which monster it is you're luring specifically, and it's almost indicating which one you're going to be dragging along.
Oh!
That's really sense. So obviously we're playing a solo hunt at the minute, but with the luring pod and the aggro line there, what benefits would this particular luring pod have for multiplayer if you're a Lance user?
Also, I like the way the map works. One of the things that World has that's a problem is it's fucking impossible to work out the like elevation of things. Here it's looking at it from the top, but you can like angle it in different ways so you can actually see what's above what. Yeah, being able to lure something like that is super cool, because then you can really start to like abuse monster relationships as well.
そうですね、まあ、マルチであっても、まあ、モンスターを特定の場所まで連れていくということが
It seems like they're really trying to make it so you actually want to use utility items.
できますし、例えばその縄張り争いをするようなモンスターをあえて自分のモンスターのところにこう連れていくっていうこともできますね。
I think, well, regardless of your weapon, you'll be able to strategically plan together to lure monsters. Let's say you've got one of them next to you, the Doshaguma, and you're next to another one, like the Chatakabra. We could plan to lure them together to make a turf war happen, to try and damage our targets. So, you know, the possibilities are really endless.
That's fantastic. And saying if you are a shield user, you can live that tank fantasy by keeping aggro on you a little bit longer. And
yeah, that also makes sense. It really makes sense for like group stuff. I hadn't even thought of that.
This monster took it as
Right, so you can basically hold aggro.
これが正立ての砂原のApex monster のレダウですね。
That would make like big fights really interesting, because then Lance players actually, really could tank it. Like if you know there's going to be a big attack coming or something like that, you can be the shield, you can be at the front, and you can take that damage. Huh.
This is Ray Dahl. It's the apex predator of the Windward Plains that we're in at the moment.
He really likes making them fight each other.
Positively shocking.
Wait, did the little guys run away when that happens?
Ray Dahl appear.
Yeah, I think the little guys ran away, only the alpha's staying.
Oh.
So it seems like that's another way you can split up the pack. Like, get the alpha to fight, like, another monster, and the other ones are like, nope, fuck this, I'm out of here. Yeah, it looks like the other ones are gone.
And we're in the inclemency period at the moment, which explains why the weather is so shocking and extreme. So, you know, both the hunter and the monsters have to contend with this.
Yeah, the other little guys are like fucking off over there.
はい、まあ今はこういう嵐の補助機能になっているので、モンスターもハンターも注意しないといけないんですね、雷とか。
そうですね、ある種
Honestly, having the Mal makes it so much easier to catch the monsters. I'm so happy that's
パ
there.
ターンというか、うまく環境を利用するには、大ダメージを期待することもできるんです
Brodie,
け
do you
ど
play Toho? I've played Toho. I'm not good at Toho. If you want to know a game I'm really bad at, Toho's on that list.
同時に非常に危険でもあります。
Exactly, it's high risk, high return. You know, you're going to be able to do extra damage to the monsters during this period by utilizing the environment and if they get struck, but you're also equally at as much risk of taking damage. So it's a time to be careful.
I suck at it too.
Absolutely.
To be fair, the one that I played was usually considered one of the harder games, Embodiment of Scarlet Devil.
こかしましたね、噛みついて土砂熊を点灯まで持っていきます。モンスターの強さによってどちらが勝つっていうのは、均等ではなくて毎回一緒ではなくて、
That was a clean movement.
低い確率ですけど土砂熊に関しては勝つ可能性があります。チャタカブラにはもっとすごい高い確率で勝ったりします。
So you've seen the small monsters, you know, trying to take on the big one. It's not like it's a fixed program where the big ones always win.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen. I think depending on the big monster they want to take on, sometimes the pack or herd of smaller monsters may actually have a chance of taking it down.
Oh. Okay. Okay, that's definitely new then, because usually little ones would like in World they would like and usually just like run away. The big monsters obviously had a chance to take it down, but okay, so we're actually going to make use of the little monsters more aggressively as well.
Oh wow!
Especially if it was something like a Chatakabra, rather than the more powerful and aggressive Doshakuma that we're dealing with right now.
So there's definitely strength in numbers then.
これね、今まで言ってないですけど。新しい環境生物で回復コロモムシというのがいます。
We haven't shown this before. This vigor mantle bug, which I've just grabbed.
今回復しましたね。フックスリンガーで取って自分のところまで引き寄せて回復することができる、まあすごく便利な生き物です。
It's a really handy endemic life creature that you can grab with your slinger and pull it over to you for a quick heal.
Very handy in the heat of the hunt. I don't know how many times I've been chased by a monster and I haven't got time to glug a potion, so that's very handy.
回復薬飲み姫がないときには非常に使えそうな環境生物です。
So it seems like there's a lot of stuff that makes the fights easier, but the fights are a lot there's a lot more going on in the fights. Like you wouldn't have had crazy shit like this happening before. So there's like heals around, you can grab things from a distance. So it really wants you to interact more with the world, which considering the previous game was called World, it's kind of funny that Wilds is the one that does it.
And what was that we just saw there with the focus strike?
今の攻撃はどういうものだったんでしょうか。
そうですね、これがまさにフォーカスストライクになります。傷口に対して当てると今のような特殊な突きに派生しますね。
Yeah, as you noticed, the focused strike is something that you can use while you're in focus mode and the monster has already been wounded, and it lets you pull off a special attack targeting the wounded area.
まあ今みたいに砥石を研ぐとき
Oh, and you can
に
sharpen on the sacred as well.
みたいな
Okay,
アナウン
good.
スが出たりもしますし、当然武器も。
Good morning, how's it going?
防御したつ
Welcome.
もりが変わってない。 後でま
The
た。
tutorials that we've got switched on for this demo purposes were showing that you can get on your sacred and sharpen your weapon and change weapon. I just realized I didn't actually correctly change my second weapon, so I don't think I have the right one with me. But
That's still a ranged weapon, you know.
今回乗った時に、乗り移りながらいろいろなところにダメージを与えているのは変わらないんですけど、弱攻撃、中攻撃、さらには武器による攻撃っていうのがいつでもできるよう
I
に
want to see the
な
lance
ってます。
finisher on
so
here.
you can move around the monster just like in, for example, Monster Hunter World. Once you're mounted to attack different parts of its body. But as you'll
Oh,
see on the
that's
screen, you
cool.
also have powerful and weaker attacks, as well as a per weapon special attack that is coming up at the bottom prompt there. So you have a lot more variety in the mounted attacks you can carry on.
Yeah, in World, you only had like the stab attack.
That was an absolutely brutal attack.
Oh, I guess you
Very
also said like the finisher as well.
satisfying way. And all of the 14 weapon types have that as well.
その特殊な攻撃はどの武器種にもついているものなので。
そうですね、はい。集中、
He definitely went for a perfect guard there and fucked it up.
全ての武器で使えます。
That's right. All 14 weapons have that special attack.
Wow. So even more options on how you want to handle the monster, bring them down quicker, mount them
What's
for
this attack? Are you
longer.
going for the Palico?
うわなんか向こうでレードアウト。
Oh. See in the background, Ray Dao is completely wailing on this Balahara.
Welcome to the stream, Balahara.
三つどもえですね。
Okay, so we can have three-way monster duels. Because before, when we saw it, like, one of the monsters already ran away.
Yeah, we've got this whole three monster situation going on here.
I wonder if there's different interactions with the three-way monster duels.
Okay,
Doshiguma ran away. Maybe not.
こうやって今回はダメージが与えた状態で、例えばドシャグマクリアした後に、さっきのバラハラがもし逃げていなければ、HP も多少減った状態で、クエスト化することもできます。
Since we're seamlessly traveling and doing quests in the map, even if I defeat my target, such as the Alpha Doshagama just now, if the other monsters who are in the vicinity are still hanging around and they're weakened, I don't have to start over again with them. I can just continue right on and continue to attack them, start a new quest and take them down, having the damage carried over.
And here's Chatakabra.
Oh, the damage. Okay. Oh, right, because it's like open world. You don't actually go back to like the hub area now. So you're actually you're still in the hunting zone. Okay. Okay, so if you want to like that actually opens up some really interesting like speed hunting stuff. Cuz you could use two monsters to fight each other and then easily knock out the second one after the other fight's done.
So how many monsters have we seen now in this quest? Is it 4?
このモンスターでもうモンスター4種類ぐらい出現してると思うんですけど。そうですね。
今4種類いますね。でももっと出ますよ。
Of course there are many more that could appear.
I'm curious how many monsters Wild's actually going to ship with.
このように大体の場合ドシャグマが勝つんですけど、ごく稀にチャタカブラが勝ったりもしますし、それを争ってる間にこちらがダメージを与えていくと、ある種助立ちみたいになってドシャグマが負けたりすることを手助けすることもできたりします。
Like I said before, you know, in most cases the Doshagama will be able to defeat the Chatakabra just because of their relative power, but there are times when the Chatakabra manages to pull it off and defeat the Doshagama, and of course the hunters can take advantage of the distraction and keep attacking their target, and you'll weaken Doshagama so much that you might actually help Chatakabra best his foe.
Oh, okay.
ちなみにね、マップも変な環境するんですか。マップも全部覆うこういう形、あとマップ自体。
Yeah, there we go. The 3D map. That makes things so much easier.
So the map is 3D now.
なってますし、全部広げることもできます。危ない危ない。できるし。
Maybe don't open the map when you're fighting with Doshiguma.
So we've seen
こういう風にちょっとだけ。
Oh, and it has a see-through map as well.
できるし。
So we've seen.
Oh my god, that's okay. That's fucking awesome.
Sorry.
ちょっとだけ。
Yeah, we're trying to show it whilst running away here, but yeah, you can see that it actually covers all the information you need in the environment.
And obviously, so we've got the 3D map now. What was the kind of primary reason we went for 3D on this iteration?
Because the other map fucking sucked. That's why.
3D 仕様にした背景は何でしょうか。
そうですね。ワールド時の古代樹の森だったり正気の谷のような階層構造が複雑なフィールドになると、自分がどこの位置にいたりだとか、モンスターがどこの位置にいたりっていうのがちょっと分かりにくい部分もありましたので、今回この 3D マップと、セクレトのオートの移動ですね。この2つによってすごく迷いにくくなってます。
It's a bit of a learning we had from Monster Hunter World, where the maps got bigger and bigger and more three-dimensional and with more verticality. But we heard from a lot of players that they were having trouble finding their way around or even getting lost while trying.
From my understanding, some of the older games were even more vertical. It's just the maps were smaller.
To find the monsters, so we upgraded this map to 3D.
注目してもらいたいんですけど、ドシャクマは、ある程度バトルが進んでいきますと、それこまでに、潰した古傷が、怒りによってもう一回避けて全身がもう一回傷だらけになるような特性っていうのを持ってます。
You might notice that all the wounds that we created earlier and attacked are coming back now. This is actually special to Doshagama. It has a feature where when it gets angry like it is now, it literally opens up its old wounds from the rage, and it reopens those wounds for you to attack. So it's a bit of an opportunity for you to re-attack those areas.
So if you successfully create lots of wounds early on in the hunt, you're rewarded for it in the latter stage with more damage opportunities.
That's cool.
つければつけるほど後から有利になるって感じ。
そうですね。
Yes. Well, that was a yes or no question.
ただしこの状態になると
That's insane how multiple monsters can just go at it. Yeah, that's how Monster Hunter works. It's just even more so in this game.
ものすごくこう凶暴性も増しますので攻撃性
Like
も
the
増す
whole
ので
point of Monster Hunter is this like what if evolution situation, right? It's like what if spiders evolved to be 10 foot tall? What if bears had armor on them? It's like if you like dig into like the mainline Monster Hunter games, they're all about trying to like keep it's like a grounded evolution, and then when it comes to like the lightning things and all the stuff like that, usually that's like the magic stuff, that's with the Elder Dragons. Like the Elder Dragons are supposed to be seen as like this weird thing. It's like different from like the regular life. It's supposed to seem like crazy compared to what like the rest of it. The other monsters are all like, obviously they're like big scary monsters, but they're grounded in how they exist. And there are like entire evolutionary chain trees that exist that you can like track how different monsters relate to each other. And like there's a lot of effort put into making it seem like a real world.
そういう意味でのこう厳しさっていうのはより増しますね。
And having them interact with each other like that goes into that.
When it's angry, so you've got more opportunities to attack, but you're going to have a lot more attack coming your way too.
It's more dangerous for
I
everyone.
see. Again, early game. Watch this pop in.
You've got more opportunities to attack, but you're going to have a lot more attack coming your way too.
It's more dangerous for everyone involved.
That pop in's a little rough right now.
Oh, 2 for 2.
せっかくなんでここらでサポート今北条付近になりましたね。でSOS フレア使ったらっていうアサインも出たので使ってみましょうか。
So we've returned to the bounty weather condition, and we've got the option currently on to show more tutorials for first-time players, and it's suggested that we bring in some support hunters to finish off the hunt. So I'm going to follow that suggestion and fire off an SOS flare.
人が NPC が外に
There's
Oh yeah, we
some
saw those
NPCs
people in the
here
trailer.
minding their business on the map.
Gosh, hopefully Doshiguma doesn't come barreling through right now.
Doshigumaに攻撃されないといいですね。
そうなんです。逃げ
I kind of see what the NPCs do with
They're smart enough to run
Doshiguma.
away when they see it coming.
今ね、ファースト
Okay,
ト
they
ラ
will
ベ
run
ル
away.
使いましたね。
So I've just used fast travel to return to a pop-up camp.
And what does the pop-up camp allow us to do?
このキャンプでできることは何でしょうか。
このふうに装備を変えたりだとか、物資を補給、アイテムを補給したりだとか、あと力尽きた時のリスポーンポイント、あと SOS フレアを打った時の AI サポートハンターが、出てくる場所にもなりますので、なるべくこのモンスターの習性に合わせて場所に先にして置いておくと狩りの効率がすごく良くなってきますね。
So these camps
That little bit of how monsters evolve is pretty cool. It is really cool. Like so Monster Hunter is sort of split into two things. You have like the mainline games, and then you have the portable games. So Rise is one of the portable games. And in the portable games, they'll have a lot more like fantasy stuff. Like they have the thing, like they've wire bugs where you can like jump around and like latch to these bugs that like float around, things like that. But the mainline games, they try to stay a lot more grounded in what you do. And it is like Capcom really cares about this series.
allow you to change your weapons,
And Wild seems like their biggest attempt so far.
gear, stock up on items. They're also the respawn point for after you cart, and they represent the point at which support AI hunters will actually enter the map as well when you call them in. So if you're able to place it closer to where the action is, then it could be beneficial.
So as we can see, that's one of the tactical benefits of choosing your camp carefully.
キャンプを近くに置いておくとそこが有利なんですね。
そうですね。はい。
Stream is skipping?
ただし壊
I'm
さ
not
れたりす
dropping
る
frames on
キ
my
ャンプもあ
side.
りますので、その利便性と安全性をこう天秤にかけなが
Oh,
ら
he's on
選ん
bow.
でいただく形になりますね。
That's right, but the closer to the action you place your camp, the more at risk you are of the camp being attacked by monsters because it's in a bit of a dangerous area. So
Oh, you don't want that.
The camp can be attacked by monsters now. Okay, in World, the camp was basically its own separate thing, effectively. Like, it wasn't its own separate zone, but monsters couldn't get in there.
When you're
balancing
trying to
convenience
chill.
and risk is going to be up to the player, yeah.
環境が北条
So I wonder if they
記
can, like, barrel in and destroy your
な
camp.
ので装飾のモンスターが
That's so much... There are so many small monsters around. What the fuck? Like, in World, you would see, like, maybe, like, 5 in a group of, like, like small monsters.
たくさん群れをなすようになったりだとか、回復の
No, I've only been live for almost 4 hours, not 6 hours.
ミツムシのようなとこにいるかな。
So we're in the plenty here, and that will change the endemic life that appears on the map. So I'm going to see
audio clips every so often. That's because Pipewire sucks.
The healing endemic life that should be around in this period.
So
Linux audio is bad.
Extrapolate, so choosing on what period you're hunting in, there could be more healing or less healing even, ramping up the challenge a bit.
That's basically a shot lock, I guess. Yeah, it's definitely not 6. I know that for a fact.
大来光中のような、攻撃的な、能力を性能を持った生き物が多く出てきますし、補助器の方は回復のアイテムだったり、蜂蜜だったり、そういうものが多く出るような傾向はあります。
Yeah, generally speaking, the inclemency period, whenever there's going to be extreme weather and storms, like you just saw, we'll have more maybe attack-based creatures around, like the giant thunderbug we saw. Whereas the plenty period is a bit more peaceful, and it's going to have concordantly going to have some healing items or healing bugs and things like that be more around on the map.
ちょっと新しい弓の使用をお伝えしますね。今回ね、
So it's more than just like a weather system.
アイテムではなくなりました。
So just to introduce a new element for the bow, the coatings are no longer items.
今回この仕掛けやゲージっていうんですけど、このゲージがあると思うんですが、このゲージを使って、瓶を使う。今ゲージ減りましたね。
So you can see that there's a blue gauge above where the power coating is appearing. That's the gauge that you use to refill the coatings that you're
で
using.
このゲージはもう一つこう導きのよいしょ。これ自体は弱いですよ。
So,
で刺さったらここに対して追加ダメージ。
That's
So I
cool.
just shot a tracer arrow, and then as you saw, even though I wasn't aiming right at it, the subsequent shot aimed right for the tracer.
なんか
What are the AI hunters doing? Why are they not doing anything?
The subsequent shot aimed right for the
The
tracer.
AI hunter's very smart. Incredibly smart.
なんか
So you can do some really impressive plays with
Just
that.
fucking standing there doing nothing. Why not use pulse audio? Pulse audio also has its problems.
そうですね。
Also, I can't use pulse audio because I'm on Wayland. What are the AI hunters doing?
どんどんこうつないでいきながら
The answer is
ダメージの量を増やしていくような
Literally
プレイ
nothing.
もできるようになってますね。
I think if you're good with the bow, yeah, you'll be able to use those to pull off some
What the fuck
great,
are they doing?
damage combos.
What are they
なんかサポー
doing?
トハンターがあんまり動いてくれないですね。今あれかな。ちなみに今回支給品もクエスト
They are very smart, I see.
開始したら自分のセクレットポーチに届けてくれるような仕様になってます
Oh,
し、
you can have extra items in the
時間
secret.
が経つと追加の支給品が来たりもします。
Speaking of the supply items, previously you would have only been able to get them at camp, so you would have to go back to the box to get them. But since we're able to start and new quests
Well, no, you need to have Pipewire to do video capture.
right in the map, they're actually going to be delivered directly to your sacred pouch whenever you start a new quest.
もう一回回収もできます。
And you can pick up traps.
You know, that's good. I can't remember how many times I've put a trap in a bad place and I'm like, oh no, I need to get another one.
何置き間違え
Do you like Monster Hunter more than PoE? Look, that's a tough question. I played PoE a long, long time ago, so there's like definitely some nostalgia there for me as well. Monster Hunter is a much more recent thing. I think they're both fucking awesome. They are way too different games to really compare them in that way. Like, that's like saying, do you like Yakuza or Mega Man more? It's like, how do you answer that question?
てしまうことが多い人にとっては非常に嬉しいです。
そうですね。でここに置くと罠に反応してサポートハンター、なんかサポートハンターたちも空気を読んで。
Yeah, those support hunters are also able to understand that you placed a trap, and then head over there so that you can lure the monster
Are
together.
Sport Hunters gonna do anything now? Or are they just gonna stand around? They really are just standing around. They are not very smart.
Toshiiguma's still putting up a big fight.
トシャグマはまだまだ戦い続けるんですね。
もうね、弱ってるはずなんですけどね。
I think he's pretty much on the ropes at this point.
So it's all or nothing for this monster.
Okay, here you go. Fucking Mega Man or Dead Cells. That's even you at least have two 2D games there, but they're like they're so different. You can't really compare them the same way.
So
Air hunters are not
one of his
smart at
herd
all.
has shown up here, one of his packs. So we're just going to use a large.
I feel like I
gun
was
pod
gaslit
here
about how
to try
smart
and
they are.
Disperse them.
Especially in such close quarters, that make him even more dangerous.
こういう狭い場所はなおさら危ないですね。
そうですね。土砂雲のようにちょっと今
Right now PoE because the league is really good.
血が出てますね。これの豊穣期になるとこういう回復系の環境生物とかもすごく増えてきます。
As I mentioned, the things like the giant vigor wasps, the healing endemic life is more.
Where are the air hunters going?
Plenty period.
これも初めてかな。このワニのようなモササウルスのようなガジオスというモンスター。
Got a few new smaller monsters there.
傷つきやすいような弾を。
The seasonal waifu treatment, exactly.
Tooth off with the slinger, and that becomes the new bleeding pod. When you use that with the slinger and hit a monster, it becomes easier for it to bleed.
Oh, look at them! Look at the little dudes!
Slinger and hit a monster, it
Look at these little fucking T-Rex dudes.
becomes easier for it to bleed.
Oh, that's handy.
ちょっと土砂熊が2頭いてちょっと危険な状態ではあるんですけど、サポートハンターに頑張ってもらって。
What are we doing here?
We have two Doshagame here, but I'm hoping that support hunters have my back while
Okay, now this is why Monster Hunter's stupid. In the middle of a fight, giant monster there, let's fucking grill some meat.
I sit down for a quick meal in the field.
You know what? It's never a bad time for a snack.
食事でも取りましょうか。
Yep, let's have a meal.
今回携帯食料を原料にして肉と魚と野菜を選ぶことができます。
So you're able to choose the combination of the portable rations that you have with you, whether it be meat, vegetables, etc., to decide what meal to cook.
So dumb.
Ooh, those mushrooms look good.
で追加の食材っていうのは今キノコとハーブを使ったんですけど。
I kind of expected them to go hard with the animation, like the fucking bread in Yakuza.
Look good.
で追加の食材っていうのは今キノコと。
No, we only go hard with certain things.
村人から交流して得ることをしたりとかフィールドから取ることによって追加の効果を得る食材っていうのを取ることができたりします。
I added some mushrooms and herbs here. Those kind of additional ingredients are things that you can both find on the map or perhaps exchange with and trade with NPCs to get new ingredients and toppings. And by adding them to the meal, you're going to get different combinations of effects and skills.
There's no longer a reaction stream, it's a Monster Hunter stream. Well, look, it's a bit of both.
And the good news is you weren't interrupted by the monster, but I assume if you get too bold with your cooking, there could be...
Oh, I guarantee it is. Yeah, there's no way.
あんな場所で料理すると攻撃される可能性がある。
もちろんやられる可能性があります。どこでも食べれる分どこでもリスクがありますね。
You can eat anywhere, but monsters can attack you eating anywhere, so the decision is yours.
My own experience is a Monster Hunter game on PSP. I found a huge monster and died and never played it again. Understandable.
今回ね、この局舎も前はスタンチを貯めるつぶてみたいなものが出てたと思うんです。今回上の方に追加ダメージが入るようなこう炸裂矢を刺すような仕様に変わってますね。
Yeah, the arc shots have also been changed up this time so that they are able to be more effective and do more damage from that style.
Great news for bow mains, or those looking to try it out in wilds.
Imagine being a bow main.
This is new, isn't it, Takuda-san?
What's my favorite open source game? Xenotic. Yes, I'll go with Xenotic.
モンスターの上に。
そうですね。モンスターの中に入り込まずに乗ったりすることもできますし、今みたいに
Either Xenotic or
クエストを
Urban
6時間
Terror
待たなくてもそのまま終わらすことができます。あとこういう風にディティール今みたいにちっちゃなリザルトにすることもできますし、ボタンを押せば大きな今まで通りのしっかり見るリザルトにすることもできるようになってます。
That's right. You no longer pass through the monster's body. You can get on top of it while you're carving. And as you may have saw, the result screen appears as a sort of more compact notification that you can skip through without having a large screen come up. Or if you want to, you can press the correct prompt to see the detailed screen. Once you skip through that, you don't go anywhere. You're right back on the field to continue your next hunt.
And what options do players have after a hunt?
一回討伐後にできることは何でしょうか。
そうですね、今まで
I don't know what a
クリアした
turner is. Never heard of that
ら
one.
フィールドじゃない拠点に戻ってもう一回クエストボードからリスタートでした。
that Poppins once again pretty
今
rough.
回はフィールドにいるモンスターを、また自分で目的を見つ
Very
けて、
early build.
狩ることができます。レダウに行くこともできますし、バーラハーラに行くこともできる。さらにですね、今どういう状況なのかみたいなことをマップで見ることができます。
Wait. Oh. Oh, it lists out the monsters on
You
the
can of
map.
course go back to the camp, pick up another quest on the quest board.
Oh,
as
that's
per
cool.
usual, but you don't have to. You can stay right on the field, just find monsters to hunt, or as I'm doing right now, open the map and check out the situation. It shows you the kind of areas different monsters appear in.
さっきはね、ダメージを
Oh, you can just make a new quest. Oh, you don't just have to rely on the quests that are available. Okay.
フィールドで与えて、クエスト化しましたけど、マップの上から
That's fucking good. That's so nice. One of the things about World is like when you're trying to farm a specific item and it's just not giving you the investigation you want.
クエストを開始するっていうこともできます。
So
That is a
earlier we
very
just
nice change.
Attacked the Alpha Doshagama and it started a quest. This time I found one on the map, and as you saw, I selected the option there, and it just started a quest for me right where I'm standing.
That's rather handy.
とても便利そうな機能です。
そうですね。で、あとモンスターの強さとかも、分かりまして、追加の報酬っていうかもう、フィールドに出てるモンスターについては、発生しますので、そういうことも確認してもらいながら。
Wait, evening? Is there a day-night cycle in this game as well?
どのターゲットを次に狙っていくかみたいなことを決めていただけます。
You can also see things like which additional rewards will be dropped by particular monsters and make that the decision-making factor for your next hunt target.
Oh,
that's great.
opens
Especially
with
if you're
rhythm
farming
game.
for a particular weapon or a particular piece of armor.
こ
That
の
really
武
helps.
器、この防具を作成したくてこれが欲しくてと思った時に使える機能なんですね。
そうですね。特定の今回ね、でも僕が遊んでて思うのは、この装備が欲しいんだけれども、なんかちょっと素材がいい、モンスターが徘徊してるからついでに買っとこうかみたいな気持ちになるのが今までにない感覚で。
What makes it worse is that I also stuffed a maxed out save file and I still struggle to understand how to fight things. You want to start on the early monsters. The early as you get to the harder and harder monsters, they get more and more complex. Like, you want to start... The basic ones, they have, like... They'll run at you, they'll try to bite you, and maybe they roll over. But, like, if you start on something later in the game, like, it will make you struggle.
Yes.
Yeah, it's also great where if you're already doing a different hunt target, but you find another monster who it tells you is going to have the materials you want for that armor or that weapon you've been waiting to craft. You don't have to quit the hunt you're on and then find it later. Just
wow.
Keep hunting on the go, or even keep hunting
Oh,
it while
that's
you're
so
targeting the main
nice.
target. So it lets you do that a lot more seamlessly.
That's awesome. There we
時
go.
間がですね。
Well
Yep.
played, Tokuda-san.
はい、上手にできました。
What would you say, as Lance was the first weapon, what kind of player would
Gear makes things easier. Like, you'll die less, you'll do more damage. Absolutely. But you can... if you don't understand what a monster's going to do, you can still get fucked up, even with late game gear.
enjoy using Lance?
今、ランツだったんですけど、ランツはどのようなプレイヤーに向いている武器なんでしょうか。
そうですね。ランスは割と藤岡さんのような安定思考というか、モンスターの攻撃を受けながら自分のダメージを軽減しつつ、反撃していくようなスタイルの武器です。
I know, maybe I will stream, like, early wilds. I don't know. We'll see. And just, like... Or maybe I'll stream some of, like, early Iceborne or something, just to, like, give you more of an idea of, like, how that goes.
For people who want to be sort of strong and stable, they're going to have guarding ability to keep their own health higher, and then whenever the timing is right, to be able to poke back at the monster.
ですが、今回は
Lance is
割
such a
と
boring weapon.
臨機応変にこうジャストガードとかも含めて、
Stab,
反撃する能力っていうのが高くなってますので、
stab, stab,
ちょっと
block.
今までランス合わなかったなみたいなことで
No, I
も
wanna
オフェンスな
fucking
面
run around and
オフェンシブな面っていうのが
smack people with a
確
giant
認でき
sword.
ますので、一回ちょっと試してみてもらったらいい、もしかしたら好きな武器の一つになってくれるかもしれないなと思ってます。
Anyone who might never have really picked up the lance before because you felt it was a bit too defensive for you, a bit too tanky, then I think that the new abilities that we've added, including these precise timing guards, which let you lead into powerful counterattacks, they might make it a bit more of an active participation kind
Okay,
of weapon.
fair enough,
So I'd
fair
encourage
enough.
any of you who think the lance isn't for you to give it a try in Monster Hunter Wilds, and maybe you'll grow to like it.
Absolutely. I mean, I think I'm going to have to go out there and give it a try after this demonstration. So,
僕も今のプレイを見たら遊びたくなりましたので。
ぜひ試してみて。
and with that, we'll wrap things up for today, but we'll be back tomorrow from 1 p.m. CEST.
The weapon with the Levi spin is crazy. The dual blades, yeah. Absolutely.
So there'll be Takuda-san as well as...
Like, dual blades is always really fast, but having the Levi spin is fucking
Wilds
just
producer
ridiculous.
Ryozo Tsujimoto and Monster Hunter Wilds executive director and art director Kaname Fujioka. So do join in. We should have some multiplayer gaming for you in Monster Hunter Wilds as well as community Q&A. And then afterwards, we'll be back again with Takuda-san and we'll be showing off more weapons.
But
so
landing
chat,
it is challenging,
make sure
yeah.
you're here because we'll be looking at you to decide what weapon we show. But once again, I'd like to say...
Like, every weapon in Monster Hunter is viable. Like, you can play dual blade, you can play lance. Like, yeah, there's TLS, all that fun stuff, but the general idea is you can... Each weapon has trade-offs. When will they put Virgil in Monster Hunter? Well, I'm surprised that Longsword basically isn't that. Longsword is like kind of that. It's as close as you're gonna get. But like, again, they want to keep things somewhat grounded, so you can't be like super insane with it. You don't want to have something beyond broken. You still want to keep it so like there's a reason to play other weapons. Bro, you play Rhythm? I used to play a lot of Osu. Not any. I don't play anymore though. Like there you go. There's your Virgil. That's the closest you're gonna get to Virgil. But I don't know what weapon I'm gonna play, to be honest. Because like longsword, obviously you have the dodges with your like cool attacks. Dual blades, you don't really have stuns, but you have a lot of fast attacks. Switch axe is a very technical weapon. Bow, you have a target, or you have like auto aim now. Hammer, you have heavy stuns. Charge blade, you have big hits, but it's also very technical. Hunting horn, you have buffs and you can stun people. Insect glaive, you can jump, which most, like, well, every weapon can jump. You can like jump real high in the air and you can use it to dodge a bunch of attacks. Heavy bowgun, you just fucking make shit explode. Great sword, you die. But when you don't die, things are cool. I could see Brodie being heavily into Idolmaster. I like the Idolmaster anime. I've not seen, I've not played the Idolmaster games, so I probably would be into them though.